What is up, guys? Welcome to TIF, and TIF is the topic is football. So this is a brand new podcast I've just started. Some of you may know me from my YouTube channel. My name is TC, and welcome to the podcast. And if you're listening on whatever platform you're listening to, make sure you subscribe, leave us a review on whatever platform you're listening to. And on this podcast, we will be discussing all things football. So basically, within our first episode, we'll be discussing the Premier League. So we've got some midweek fixtures in place. At the time of recording this podcast episode, it's Tuesday the 26th of February 2019, and there are 4 fixtures being played in the Premier League tonight, and we will also preview the fixtures that will be taking place on Wednesday the 27th of February in the Premier League. So let's start off with Tuesday's fixtures. So we've got Cardiff-Everton, which will be the first match on the list, and of course we do know Cardiff are down there within the relegation battle. Everton have been in free fall in regards to their form recently. Marco Silva's honeymoon is certainly over as we speak. They haven't been picking up results. The fans are starting to get slightly a little bit complacent, but as it stands, let's just look at the Premier League table. So as it stands, Everton are sitting in 11th position in the Premier League table. They currently have 33 points, and I can't see them even getting into the Europa League positions really within this season. They spent a hell of a lot of money, and basically with the resources that they spent in the summer, they should be doing a bit more. They should be performing slightly a little bit better, in my opinion. But it doesn't seem as if they've got a striker. But with Cardiff have managed to drag themselves out of the relegation zone. They're sitting in 17th, so a point clear of Southampton, which Arsenal beat over the weekend. And Cardiff have got 25 points. If they pick up an additional 3 points from this Everton game, and of which I do believe they can certainly do, that will certainly do them wonders in terms of actually their survival chances within the Premier League. Of course, Neil Warnock has done a fantastic job. They'd gone out and bought themselves a striker, only for that striker to perish within a plane crash, as we all know. That was Emiliano Sala, so that was an extremely sad episode that took place in relation to Cardiff. But my prediction for this particular fixture, I can see Cardiff nicking the 3 points on this particular fixture. We go on to Huddersfield Wolves. Wolves have done a fantastic job. I'm a big fan of Wolverhampton. Lived in Wolverhampton for a couple of years myself, so of course I do kindly have a soft spot for the team itself. But their manager has come in, done absolutely fantastic within the Premier League itself. They're currently sitting in 8th position, challenging for those Europa League spots. So as far as I'm aware, when the Chinese owners took over at Wolverhampton, they set a goal to be within the Champions League. I do believe something within the next 5 years or so from the point that they took over the club. So currently they are on course. If they do win, they will probably leapfrog Watford. Watford have a difficult fixture, which we will be discussing shortly, but they'll find themselves at 43 points in 7th position, which will certainly do wonders for their progress that they've been trying to make over the years. But fantastic performance so far this season, and I do believe that they do stand a big chance of getting into the Europa League spots. The next team below them is West Ham, lying at 36 points, so they've got that slight little bit of cushion, but I can't see Huddersfield taking anything from this particular game. They are currently languishing at the bottom of the league with only 11 points, so that's absolutely abysmal. They're 14 points away from safety. I can't see them clawing this back. They obviously sacked their manager mid-season, which I don't personally agree with. Sacking your manager mid-season, it's never a good idea. You get someone in new who needs to implement new ideas and trying to get the players fired up yet again, and it's going to be an extremely difficult task, and I do believe the new Huddersfield manager has found this task absolutely difficult. So in that particular fixture, I'm going to be backing Wolves. course. We've got Leicester Brighton. So Leicester, they've been doing extremely poor. We've had the whole issue with their manager leaving recently in the last couple of days or so. Brendan Rodgers is poised to take place. Why he's left Celtic, I don't know. He was building a lovely legacy at Celtic. Fantastic infrastructure up there in Scotland. Of course, the competition is very minimal in Scotland in regards to the footballing competition. Of course, so I do believe he wants to come back into the Premier League, prove himself, and I do believe it was kind of ostracised at the time that he was Liverpool manager. Never really got the chance to certainly prove himself. But he was there for a number of years. But I do believe he wants to come back, take over a mid-table team at Leicester. Of course, he actually cut his teeth at Swansea. That's where he made his name. Played fantastic football. Will his style of football work for Leicester City? That's my question. I believe it will work for Leicester City. You've got Jamie Vardy running in behind. One key issue there with Claude Puel was the system that he was playing. It wasn't working for Jamie Vardy. He was basically benching Jamie Vardy for the last three or so games. So that wasn't good, of course. But with a change of system, new manager coming into place, I do believe Leicester can certainly pick up a result against Brighton. Chris Hughton has done a fantastic job, obviously, at Brighton. Fantastic job is done over there. Managed to survive last season. Very minimal resources. They don't have any money to spend, of course, which always makes the job difficult in Premier League. But they're clear of the relegation spot in 18th by 3 points. So they've got that little bit of cushion. But 3 points is never enough at this stage of the season. We are going into match day 28 for most teams. So Brighton do have a game in hand. They've only played 26. The rest of the team around them have played 27 games. So they potentially could find themselves with 33 points, which would potentially push them all the way up to 12, which will be mid-table position. But great job Chris Hughton is done over there. The next fixture, which will be played tonight, which will be the last kickoff for the late kickoff on Tuesday, the 26th of February, will be Newcastle, Burnley. Newcastle, fantastic result over the weekend. Again, massive fan of Newcastle. So loved Alan Shearer when I was younger. And since then, kind of had a soft spot for them. But recently, signing Miguel Almiron made his home debut. Fantastic performance from him. Absolutely brilliant. And obviously, they had a comprehensive win that particular day. And just to confirm what that score was, they won 2-0 against Huddersfield. Huddersfield should have scored a bit more. Really, in particular, Almiron should have actually got on a score sheet. But his effort came off the post, and that was able to tap that ball in. But they faced Burnley have been in fantastic form. I do believe they are one of the most informed teams within the Premier League. Chris Wood and co. Show Dyche fantastic job over there. Burnley done everyone a massive favour as well over the weekend when they thumped Tottenham 2-1. So that was a fantastic result on their part as well, and it would definitely increase Burnley's chances of survival. So, of course, they're currently just sitting 6 points above the relegation zone. At one point this season, I thought Burnley was going to definitely get relegated, but that's obviously not the case. They've certainly picked up their form. So, let's move on to Wednesday's fixtures. So, as mentioned previously, I'm an Arsenal fan, as you may all know me. Well, some of you may know me from my YouTube channel called I Am Gonna Talk. So, if you get a spare moment, just go ahead and watch it. And just to apologise for the previous segment, the audio quality went slightly bad during recording, but I sincerely do apologise about that. So let's talk about Arsenal-Bournemouth. So of course Arsenal-Bournemouth is one of the early kickoffs for tomorrow, if you want to say that. There's only a 50-minute difference anyway with the rest of the kickoffs. Arsenal fighting for that top 4 spot, and currently they are sitting 3 points in front of Chelsea. Of course Chelsea do have a game in hand, as well as the fact that we are a point ahead of Man United. The result over the weekend with Man United and Liverpool certainly helped our cause for challenging for that top 4 spot, but fantastic result overall against Southampton. It was a redemption task on behalf of Arsenal. We went to St Mary's and we got thumped 3-2. Last time we obviously faced Southampton, but obviously last time out we beat them 2-0. Fantastic result. Bournemouth have been really poor recently, but let's not forget, this is the same team that went out and beat Chelsea 4-0. So it's not going to be an easy game for Arsenal whatsoever. but it's a game that I expect the Arsenal to win. They are playing at home, and it should be a game that we obtain the 3 points moving forward. So of course we will review the match after the fixture has been played on Wednesday the 27th of February, and the next fixture tomorrow will be Southampton Fulham. Again, interesting tie, right at the bottom of the table. Really, Southampton are not doing too great. Of course, they obviously beat us earlier on in the season. They've got the new manager in. They got a little bit of momentum going. However, that has certainly slowed down. Claudio Ranieri hasn't had the desired effect that people thought he will have once joining Fulham. It hasn't clicked into place. Fulham spent £100 million in the summer, an incredible amount of money. You'd have thought with those resources and the amount of money spent, Fulham will be performing slightly a little bit better, but now they've only got 11 games at the time of recording this episode to save themselves within the Premier League. Otherwise, it will be £100 million down the drain, literally. They've brought in a host of players that haven't gelled. They haven't really had a formidable defensive partnership within their team. So it's been all over the place with Fulham. And of course, I'm expecting Southampton to come away with a result in this particular game. It may sound as if I'm favouring Southampton as such, but I can't see Fulham getting anything whatsoever from this game. Got Chelsea-Tottenham, very, very big game. Very big in the sense that this particular game can affect a lot of results in regards to the Champions League places. The ideal result, in my opinion, for this particular game will be to see both teams draw. So if they both walk away with a point, I'll be absolutely happy with that particular result, due to the fact, as mentioned, Arsenal fan, and that will certainly help our cause in challenging for that particular top four. Next fixture, Crystal Palace Man United. Again, a tricky fixture for Man United. Of course, Crystal Palace came off the back of beating Leicester at the weekend. Great result for them. Roy Hodgson has done a fantastic job at Crystal Palace. They've got Wilfried Zaha firing at the moment. I think he's got 3 goals in the last 4 games, as well as their new signing in the form of Michy Batshuayi, who got his first goal for the club. Man United are injury ravaged at the moment. So many injuries within their squad, and it's going to be an absolute uphill struggle for them. Of course, they drew over the weekend with Liverpool, so that obviously affected their push for that top 4. Liverpool-Watford is another fixture that will be played tomorrow. So, of course, Liverpool are challenging for the title with Man City, as we all know. They are currently only a point clear. At one point, I would have thought Liverpool was going to go ahead and actually claim the title. They were at 1.8 points clear, ladies and gentlemen, and I could not see Man City clawing anything back. But they face Watford, they'll be playing at home, and my gut instinct tells me that Liverpool will claim all 3 points. Last fixture will be Man City versus West Ham, and again, easy fixture for Man City in theory and on paper. They should walk away with this off the back of their Carabao Cup victory. But again, this is football. Nothing is certainly guaranteed, and you should take every game as it comes. So those are the fixtures that we're expecting to be played tomorrow, giving my own personal predictions on that. So we will certainly be doing a review show after the round of matches played tomorrow, and